Yesterday, I did a post with this from my moleskin notebook. Is it moleskin or moleskine? Don't know, don't care. And it was just some notes that I'd made ages ago, and I was just like thumbing through this notebook yesterday, thinking, let me find a spare page to make some current notes, and I came across that. And it says the 7 habits of highly successful telesales people. Well, there's actually quite a few more than 7 that I'd written down, but I just wanted to actually verbally run through those very quickly. The first one on there is state. That is getting ourselves into the relevant and appropriate frame of mind. You know, when they say the word mindset, everybody just takes that word for granted because it's become sort of I don't know whether it was around a long time ago, but it's definitely become a word of our time. But if you break the word down, if you split it into 2, mindset means you get your mind set on the task ahead of you, or not, as the case may be. So that's what I mean by state. It's getting ourselves into a mental and emotional state for the task ahead, which is, in this instance, presumably a telesales call. Awareness of all the circumstances. So awareness of my environment. Is my environment conducive at the moment? Are the people making a noise? Are there distractions going on that are going to take me out of that state? And also awareness when I get on the phone to my prospects, awareness of their situation as well. If they sound like they're distracted, if it seems, if they're going to you, or can you just hold on a minute? Yeah, Jane, yeah, I'll be with you in a minute. You know what? That is a time to say, look, I can see you're busy. I can tell you're busy. Let's book the call for some other time. Yeah, because the last thing you want to do is to put all your energy and to make your pitch to that person when you haven't got their full and undivided attention. Yeah, you're going to massively increase your chances of doing business with that person if you have got their full and undivided attention. So be aware of their circumstances. Yeah, what influences are going on? This is a very, very curious word, this influence. Yeah, how are you being influenced by your manager? How are you being influenced by the company? How are you being influenced by your peers? And then what influences, this could be another way of saying what other sort of denominators or factors are going to influence the person that you're talking to into making their decision to do a spot of business with you. So influence, think about that. It's not the most obvious thing, but it's something that you should give some thought power to. And of course, your physiology, yeah? You want to be full of energy to get that transference of feeling. So again, physiology, maybe if you're feeling a little bit low on energy, jump up and down for 2 seconds, high five someone, give someone a hug, why not? But get your physiology in a good place, because it will ultimately and immediately alter your mental state as well. All these things are so closely interlinked. And then the intent, this goes back to the state of getting your mind set. What's your intention for the outcome of that particular phone call? And focus on that intent. Focus on taking it to that place. And you can even tell the person on the other end of the phone what the intent is. So look, the purpose of this phone call, John, is to ascertain X, Y, Z and get you into a position where you can make an informed decision as to whether this is something that you would like to do or not right now or sometime in the future. Okay. And then resonance. How are we resonating with that person? This is really paying attention and increasing our sensory acuity, almost taking a step outside of ourselves in this particular context that I mean here, and finding out and sort of in tuning, how are we resonating with that person? Are we a square peg going into a square hole, or is there a miss going on somewhere? And you can tell that from the way that people speak to you. You can tell it from the way that they answer your questions, and you can just, well, I can just feel it. It's one of those things, I can just feel it down the telephone. Are we getting on? Are we on the same page? Or is there something missing? And if there is something missing, it's up to you, it's up to me to make sure that we discern, we in tune what it is, and that we put it right. And we can do that in a number of ways, okay? And what's your philosophy? What is your philosophy around being a salesperson? Philosophy is a very interesting word, isn't it? And it's one that's, when we tend to think of philosophy, we tend to sort of think of Aristotle, the Greeks, the Romans, you know, people from back in the day. But everybody has a philosophy of life, whether you know it or not, whether you're aware of it or not. So it's a good thing to consider and to ponder your philosophy of being a salesperson, how you see yourself, what's your self-image, how do you see your customers, what do you want to do for you, why are you there, what's your big why? That's really your philosophy of where you are. And I would encourage you to have a philosophy in life in general. So the next one was intuition. We've already talked about that, but you know, we haven't got the benefit of face-to-face on the telephone. So using our intuition, our feeling, our heart brain is something really important, and something which I would say is absolutely crucial, and would encourage you to develop this skill, because it is a skill. And timing. Is the timing good for somebody? Is the timing good for the conversation now? Is the timing good for the particular proposition? You know what? Five plus or 6+ times of asking for somebody to give you a piece of business or do the business with you, and not necessarily all at the same time. It might not be on the same call. It might not be in the same week or the same month even. But those who keep on asking, so oftentimes people will decline your offer, not because they don't want it, but just because the timing is not that great for them. We find this a lot in direct sales, in network marketing. Somebody won't join somebody's business or get involved with them because the timing's just not right. But then you catch them at another time and it's perfect, and it's just like a marriage made in heaven. What sort of connection have you got? Be aware of your connection with that person. So what I mean by that is, are you really connected with that person? Are you on the same wavelength? I mean, this is very, very similar to how we are resonating with somebody, yeah? But make sure that we are connected, with the right person who can make the decision. And when we are connected with that person, let's make sure that our connection is 110% strong. So it's based behind a great philosophy. It's based with good intention. And it's just good. It's a good, strong, solid connection, which is going to be one which is conducive to make a sale. And then the other thing as well, isn't it? Of course, do I have your attention? Yeah. Going back to what we were saying about distractions before, have we got a person's undivided attention for the time that we want to speak to them? And secondly, have we got their attention in terms of their interest? Have we piqued their interest or their curiosity or their intrigue with what we've got? Are they really interested, or should we perhaps not even be talking to this person and talking to somebody completely different? So there's the things. There's the 7+ habits of highly successful salespeople, very quickly broken down, diluted for you. And I hope that was interesting and thought-provoking. Please do let me know in some comments before. I'm available to deliver in-depth training on this type of thing and other things which are very closely related. I've got a very, very deep understanding of this. There's not time to do it in any depth on these videos because they're short, and we're all busy and we've all got short attention spans when we're watching these things. But please do get in touch if you feel that I could help you or your team to increase your sales. My best result to date has been a 74% increase in less than 3 months for a telesales team. I want to smash that with your team. I'll see you on the next video. Cheers. I'm Steve King.